Breaking news coming out moments ago, coming out across all the headlines. We're hearing another ballistic missile has been launched by North Korea that is intended for the United States. Now, they're saying that they're launching these in coordination with Election Day, as it is already Tuesday in North Korea. And we had heard that the adversaries of the United States were looking to wreak havoc during election time to create chaos. Now, I'm going to share with you the latest headlines coming out. Some of these coming out just minutes ago, you guys. As today, it is November the 4th, 5:57 p.m. We're approaching 6 p.m. And now we are hearing that missiles have been launched by North Korea. Now, I'm going to give you the latest information. We don't have a whole lot that's coming out on this, but just yet again, these are missiles that are intended, ICBMs, ballistic missiles that are intended to travel the distance to reach the United States. So this is the second time now in just the past week that we are seeing North Korea test launching massive missiles that were intended for the U.S. So let me go ahead and share with you guys the latest. Let's go ahead and take a look at these headlines coming out. As you can see here, just a little while ago, this is North Korea time. It's already November the 5th over there. North Korea fires ballistic missiles towards the sea, South Korea reports. North Korea launches ballistic missiles towards the sea, South Korean military says. Japan's government has also confirmed the launch of what is suspected to be a ballistic missile. South Korea's military says North Korea fired a ballistic missile towards the Eastern Sea. You can see this coming out less than an hour ago. And take a look, you guys. North Korea boasts of the world's strongest missile. Now, this was the first launch that I reported to you a couple days ago. North Korea boasted that the world's strongest missile, but experts say that it was too large to use in war. Now we're hearing that they are launching yet again more tests of their ballistic missile capabilities, as now they are saying this is a real threat. And I had shared with you guys here on the channel that immediately after that, 24 hours later, we had seen the United States coming out and saying that this was a serious concern now that North Korea had significantly advanced in their ballistic missile capabilities, making it so they could have the ability to reach the United States with a nuclear weapon, and they said anywhere in the U.S. they would be able to do this. As take a look at the headlines I shared with you a couple days ago. North Korea missile test puts anywhere in the United States within range. North Korea intercontinental ballistic missile test records the longest ever flight. And they said, yes, Washington, D.C., Texas, Florida, makes no difference where you are. North Korea can now reach the U.S. And South Korea and the European Union, they are worried about Russia's technology transfer in return for North Korean troops, as we are hearing that this massive jump, this escalation in North Korea's ability to launch ICBMs comes as we are seeing coordination, a unification between Russia and North Korea, due to the fact that we have seen North Korean troops sent to Russia to fight against Ukraine. And we're hearing that in exchange for that, what North Korea has received is the technologies to advance their ballistic missile systems, and we're hearing they have done just that. I shared with you a couple days ago the first test that was done that provided all this information and was confirmed by the United States that now they have the ability to hit the U.S., and now just within the last hour, we are hearing that another test has taken place and been launched. We don't have a whole lot of details on this. We're hearing that it has landed in the sea, but there was a missile in the air, a launch of another ballistic missile by North Korea. And we're hearing that this was coming specifically for the purpose of disrupting the U.S. elections. Now, we had heard that Israel and Iran, with the conflict going on there, they're trying to avoid disruptions with the U.S. elections. North Korea doing the exact opposite. And we'll be seeing if more ballistic missile launches will be taking place here as we approach elections. And as I mentioned, this coming out today, November the 5th, I was literally getting ready to go ahead and share with you guys.
First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and them ourselves great millstone, while it is truth, and also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great powerful lesson to spare the power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And the type of day lesson is, it can happen at any time. So I like to say Shalom to all I listen and learn. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I got a quick precept in the book of Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. It says here, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe come quickly. So we already know that woe goes into destruction. And also the second woe was what? World War II. It already has passed. Now the second woe, which in fact is World War III, that we're constantly hearing about it, it's already has begun, but it's getting ready to what? Escalate. So it's coming very quickly. So we see it in the news, we keep hearing talks about the election and who may win the election. But one thing about it, while that is going on overseas, we're seeing that North Korea is doing missile testing, nuclear missile testing in the Eastern Sea, and also we knowing that North Korea is in collaboration with Russia. They already have these North Korean soldiers already in Russia, getting ready to fight alongside with Russia in the war against Ukraine. So a lot of things are taking place, and also South Korea is reporting that they are worried about North Korea and Russia alliance. Also, they're worried about that. Is Russia going to give them technology? More weapons, more missiles. So now they're saying that North Korea is in range. That they can reach America now. So they're testing right now. So the heathens are raging. So we constantly seeing that a lot of things are constantly taking place. Also, we knowing about Israel and Iran. So they saying before the election. So things are happening right before the election. So we're gonna see what happened within the next 24 hours here with this election. So win or lose, we knowing that this can happen at any given time. And also, it was a volcano eruption in Indonesia. So a lot of things that happened. Also, a tornado in Oklahoma today. So a lot of devastation, and also a hurricane is approaching the Gulf Coast once again to hit Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. So it's supposed to be approaching Saturday. So things are constantly picking up, and also we already knowing that they are preparing for they are constantly preparing for what may happen. These emergency scenarios around these different states in the U.S. So they looking. Could be civil unrest, civil war. We're talking about it left and right because this is what's going on in the news right now. So, and also we know that North Korea is boasting that they have the strongest missile right now. So, but one thing about it that we're seeing that they are constantly raging. Imagine a vain thing. So we seen in the video at the beginning of the video, we seen that Steve Ram was saying that that they're doing missile testing, which in fact the IBCM missiles. So things can go nuclear at any given time. They constantly launching left and right. So man, they get prepared. Also, still is rumors that China's getting ready to invade Taiwan. So you got so many war fronts. We already know how this story going to end, and 1 hour thy judgment shall come. So the Lord is constantly bringing it left and right. These elections, so we get ready to find out this order out of chaos. They're already saying that they're trying to disrupt the election. But one thing about it, we're going to constantly measure the time diligently. So let's read this once again. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14 said, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe come quickly. So that's what we constantly seeing, that third woe, World War III, the wars to end all wars, and also the great and glorious return of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is fast approaching. So now let's go here. Let's go here to Psalm chapter 2, Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1. Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1. Let's highlight it right quick. We're seeing right now the heathens are raging. It said, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing, something that is not profitable, something that is vain? It's not going to amount to anything. Their hands will not be able to perform their enterprise. Everyone is preparing for war. Everyone is fighting to be the next superpower, which in fact Russia and China. They already says rumors that China will be the the next superpower. But the next superpower, what is coming, is the kingdom of heaven that dwells in right. So we at the end of the Gentiles' rulership. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing about the times of the Gentiles are almost fulfilled. And we're very excited. So we constantly seeing these things are playing out right before our eyes. It's at the end it shall speak and not lie. So let's get that right quick. Habakkuk chapter Habakkuk chapter 2, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. So we seeing these prophets speaking loud and clear. He said, for the visions are the prophecies, are the signs of the times, is yet for an appointed time, which in fact is now. He said, but at the end it shall speak. We're at the end. It says, shall speak and not lie, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So it's not tarrying anymore. It's not prolonging anymore. We're seeing that things are picking up. We're seeing that these prophecies are constantly, aligning up, left and right. Things are speeding up. We're very excited. You know what I'm saying? At the end, it shall speak. We're seeing that these things are speaking left and right. The Lord already told us what to look for. You know what I'm saying? Luke chapter 21, Mark 13, Matthew chapter 24. The rumors of wars are all over the place. So now let's go here to Jeremiah. Let's go here to Jeremiah chapter 51. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46. Let's start here. Let's start up at verse 45. Let's go here, Salakia. Let's highlight this too. And it reads, said, my people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. And out about it, the Lord's getting ready to bring that judgment. And one thing about it, flee out of the midst of her. It's talking about what? Babylon the Great. And one thing about how do you flee? You flee what? Spiritually, And one thing about wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of the time. And also we're hoping that we're part of the whole elect when the Lord come in that great fathership from the east to the west. So the Lord's getting ready to come. He said, look for the brightness of his coming. So the Lord is coming very quickly, because these prophecies are constantly speaking right now. We're seeing that things are constantly changing left and right. And we know that these are going to be life-changing events. Nothing is going back the same. It's going to get worse and worse. We constantly warning you left and right. A lot of people are bracing for what's getting ready to happen on November the 5th. If it don't happen November the 5th, it's going to happen. So we know it's going to happen through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Verse 46 says, and unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come in 1 year, and after that in another shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, rulers against rulers. So that's exactly what we are constantly hearing, what rumors left and right, rumors of war, rumors of civil unrest, rumors of death and destruction. All sorts of things are coming. Rumors of the MOTB. Things are constantly picking up left and right. A lawless time is upon us. Sedition among men. We goes over these things over and over. We sound like a broken record, but these are the times we're living in. And also we seeing right now that, war is in the air. And one thing about it, we seeing that, the heathens are raging. And one thing about it, they're constantly preparing for war all across the world. We seeing that they're doing military drills over there in I think it's Russia, China, and Iran. They doing military drills together. We're seeing that Russia, and also in collaboration with North Korea, they all are getting together. We're seeing this things are constantly picking up left and right. And just like I say, that volcano in Indonesia, that's happening. It's earthquakes in diverse places, volcanic activity. A lot of things are constantly we hearing left and right. And also we seeing that people are being taken in a great number. A lot of different people being killed, mass shootings, a lot of things are constantly picking up. But we already know what all roads lead to that grain of rice. It goes over this over and over. And it said violence in the land. So we're seeing that what violence is increasing. Blood touching blood, rulers against rulers. So we're seeing nation against nation, rising against nation. Also we're seeing that the nations is divided, left and right. Things are getting ready to escalate. Let's read this here. Let's highlight this here. It said, therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven image of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her. That's what's getting ready to happen to America. Very soon. These nations are getting ready to to burn the whore. So we seeing that in a video clip by Steve Ram that they are doing IBCM missile testing. Towards the East Sea. So, and one thing about it now, they're saying that they're in range. They can touch America. So we already know that these arrows are getting ready to fly. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to confound her. That whore that sent so many waters. Hey man, we're here. Verse 4 says, then the heavens and the earth and all that is in therein said, shall sing for Babylon, for the spoiler shall come unto her from the north, says the Lord. And out about it, we already know that who's coming in here, Russia, China troops, in collaboration, North Korea, the Arab nation, the African nation, it's going to be it's going to be an all-out assault. Also they're getting ready to come up against Israel. The least of the flock should draw them out. So those spoilers are getting ready to come. And one thing about it, a lot of people are getting ready to be taken in a great number. There will be no inhabitant left here. So a lot of things are getting ready to take place. And also I seen a news article about in California whereby they saying they're going to cut the power off because of the wind. And they said it should not affect people for voting or whatever. We're not ignorant of Satan's device. They're trying to cut the power. So it could be a blackout tomorrow. It could be an EMP attack. So, we know at any given time. So we're here, man. I see here, it's at verse 49. Let's get this one here. It's at verse 49. It said, as Babylon has caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon, which in fact is America, shall fall, said the slain of all the earth. So one thing about it, what was done to us is getting ready to be done to them. And one thing about it, recompense and judgment is upon us for the controversy of Zion. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, that, someone got to pay for these crimes. That's why these things are constantly picking up. The Lord is setting the stage. The Lord is putting these things into place. Calamities, catastrophes, events, global events, life-changing events are getting ready to happen. Nothing is going back the same. We're in that transition of power. And one thing about it, the Lord is ushering in the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Also, we're seeing all sorts of signs and great wonders, and one thing about it, that, UFO sightings are all over the place. Let's go here. We're so very excited. Let's go here. That close out here. Just a very quick, that's my voice about shot. Still under the weather a little bit. See here, Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. It says here, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Said verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. The 8 days are very evil. It's getting more and more darker and darker, more perilous time. Things are very tense. Things are mounting up. Things are getting ready to escalate. And one thing about it says at the top, said be circumspect. You gotta, you gotta know your environment. Look around. Be wise. And one thing about it, only the prudent sees the evil. And one thing about it that we seeing that, redeem the time, measure the time diligently. Like it's your last day. You got to know how to use your time wisely, because one thing about it, we seeing right now, everything is locked and ready to go, locked, loaded, and ready to go. We're seeing that they're ready to push this agenda, total control, the NWO. Verse 17 said, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. So we're very close. Things can happen right at a drop of the hat. So we're going to see what happens these next 24 hours. We're going to constantly be watching, praying. And one thing about it, we're very excited. DTA, Abba, we're ready for this place to go down. We're ready for this nightmare to be over. We already know we're ready to get to our final rest, immortality, rulership, spiritual power. The Lord is getting ready to bring it. We already know that World War III is getting ready to be done. That's why the Lord said we got to be watching. We got to be praying. Keep our eyes on the prize, which in fact is the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. And also the second coming of our Lord and Savior and our great deliverer, Yahushua HaMashiach. He's getting ready to return and set everything back into order. So the title of the daily lesson, once again, is It Can Happen at Any Time. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.